Hey guys, so in today's virtual reality video, what I want to talk about is potty training. It is Christmas time and a lot of people get puppies during this time, and potty training is pretty important. So what do I focus on when I'm going to potty train a dog? So the things that I focus on is first and primarily the thing that every dog trainer would agree on is we focus on where do we actually want the dogs to go and potty. So the first thing as you start thinking about this is where are you going to have your dog go? Are you going to have your dog go on potty pads inside of the apartment? Are you going to have the dog go in the front yard? Are you going to have the dog go in the backyard? It doesn't matter which particular place that you want your particular dog to go. The thing that is important is that you communicate to the dog exactly where should they use the restroom. So that's the first thing that we're going to want to build. The second thing that you're going to want to build is you're going to want to teach the dog how to hold it. Now, some dog trainers don't necessarily emphasize this, but I think it's important to teach the dog the skill of holding it. And then the last thing that I want us to focus on is I really want us to also focus on our ability to listen to when they're actually going to tell us that they need to use the restroom. So let me walk you through the process that I've used and that I've recommended to my clients for a long time to help them get through the potty training issues. So the first thing that I recommend is that do not leave free food and leave free water out. Now, before you go and outrage about the water, I'm going to come back to that. But for now, no free food and no free water. What I want you to do is I want you to actually work your puppy for any of the important things that we teach, like the play stay and learning their name and learning to, respect your boundaries or any of those things. So that you're actually working your puppy with their dog food for those skills. And then anytime that you work your puppy with their kibble or their food, then immediately after the training session, this is when I want you to give the puppy as much access to water as possible. Let them drink their fill once they've actually finished training. At that point, there's two ways you could go. So one way that some people go is they immediately take the dog out to use the restroom, and that's not a bad method. What I prefer to do is that once I finish the training session, give the dog some water, then what I'm going to do next is I'm going to put the dog inside of a crate about the size of the dog's body. So I'm going to have the dog in the crate, and the amount of time in the crate is going to vary greatly depending on your specific dog, but it could be as little as maybe 15 minutes and as much as 30 to 40 minutes for some dogs, but it's really hard for me to tell you specifically how long for really any dog. Now, when the dog is in here, inside the crate, here's where it becomes really very important for you to begin to listen. Now, your puppy's probably going to whine inside of a crate, maybe some. So as you're listening to them, you want to listen for the vocalization that maybe is a little bit different, and it's telling you like, hey, I want to go and potty, not necessarily the whine or the bark that says, I want to come out, I don't want to be inside the crate. So you really got to listen, because that's going to be your cue to get the puppy out, take them to the specific place that you want them to use the restroom, and then you're going to be able to reward them in a meaningful way. And what do I mean by meaningful? Well, meaningful basically means something that the dog would really value. It could be treats, it could be petting, it could be praise, it could be a ball on a string, it could be any number of things. It's our responsibility as dog owners to figure out, hey, what brings my dog value? So anytime your dog does something, you deploy that value. So that's pretty much it. Here's a couple of thoughts that I'm having as we're wrapping up. Let's say that you take your puppy out to potty and they actually use the restroom, and then you come back in and then they use the restroom inside. This is a good learning moment for us. So what I do with those dogs is I take them out. When they do potty, I bring them back in and I crate them, and then I let them come. Then I bring them back out maybe 10, maybe 15 minutes later and give them another opportunity to potty. But some dogs are that kind of double potty dog that they go once and then you bring them back in the home and then they go potty again. Make sure that you're creating them back to back and showing them how important it is to do that. I don't think I discussed what do you do if the dog doesn't potty. So if I take a puppy out, and let's say that I want to give them 3 to 5 minutes, so I'll tell my watch or something like, hey, set a timer for 3 minutes. I'll be out there with them 3 minutes. I'm telling them, hey, go potty, and they're doing that. If they don't go, I just put them back inside the crate again, and I begin to listen to see if I can get it right. Well, hey, I hope this video has been really helpful for you. If you've got a new puppy, would love to be able to help you with your dog. We've got a ton of great videos here on the channel to help you raise a dog. But if you have questions, just drop them down in the comment section below. All right, have a great one. We'll talk to you later. Take care.